Hi, I'm Carl from the Woodshop TV. Well, it took me 49 years, but I finally made my own knife. The blade is out of a file, and the handle is recycled automotive paint, also known as Fordite. Let's get started. Help support the companies that support our community. I wanted to make the tine a little bit longer so it went into the handle a little more. I just drew it all out with a felt pen. I started with the angle grinder and a cutoff wheel just to cut it all out. Then I switched to a 50 grit sanding pad to shape it a little bit more before going to the lathe. I started out with 80 grit disc. I ran up to about 320 and then switched to the mesh pads to sand it. After I ran through all of those up to 4,000, I hit it on the buffing wheel with Triple E and some wax to polish it up. I'm using 2 pieces of paint, so I used a glass plate to sand them smooth, so when I epoxy them together I have a nice fit. Then I just took a little Dremel tool and carved out for the tine. I went about halfway down on each one, so when I put them together the blade lines up in the center. There we go, and the blade is 4.5 inches and overall length is 9. This was my first time making the whole thing. I posted a few pictures a while back of a where I'd made some skins out of the paint chips, and I had some interest in that, and that's why I made this. I bought the file off of eBay. I bought a couple of them, and they already had a taper to them, but it polishes up really nice and has a nice edge to it. The only thing I don't like is where the blade goes into the handle. There's some gaps there. It was really hard to get that whole taper down when I was trying to sand it, but overall, it's a first knife. I'm really happy with how it came out, and it cuts paper, so it's a win-win right there. And as far as polishing up, I used the Triple E on the buffing wheel, and then I hit it with wax after that, just a wax on a buffing wheel, and it polishes up nice, has a nice shine to it. All right, If this is your first time here, I have a new project video every Friday, and they're almost always wood turning. So if you would please subscribe and share the video on your way out. Till next week, take care.